Minnesota Twins spring training report. Jim Bartle's coming your way with Corey Provus, Twins broadcaster, now in his 5th year. All right, so I started out this question about are there any pleasant surprises in the spring training? And then I put behind that Park, maybe even Sano. I'm not sure if that's a surprise or not, but let's comment about what are the pleasant surprises.
Park to me has been a pleasant surprise. We're kind of all tempering what we've seen down here because it is spring training, but the numbers do kind of mean something. After his debut when he struck out 3 times, and I'm sure that was more nerves than anything else, he's settled down. He's had a nice camp. He doesn't seem to be so overmatched when he's facing some of these guys, and that's encouraging. Now, we'll find out even more when he takes the field in the regular season. But Byung-Ho Park has been a nice surprise. We were all wondering how Miguel Sano Jim would look in right field, and I don't know the answer to that because I don't think he's had that many balls, to be honest. I don't think he's had that many games. Just the way that the roster has kind of worked its way out here a little bit. I think initially maybe they had, Buxton to get more reps than he has, and Sano to get more reps than he has, and maybe that'll change, I think, as we kind of move along here to the last few weeks. But Park has been good. Sano, I'd say, has been about average. Yeah, he's missed a few, but that to me is not all that surprising.
And offensively, he's been phenomenal. He's over 500 on-base percentage and just seems to be hitting so well.
Hitting well with 2 strikes. He's going to strike out a lot, but he's also going to do some damage. His slugging, his OPS, it has to be there for the team. He needs to be a key cog. The lineup, to me, I think, staying with the offense, Jim, is a good topic of discussion. We've seen Joe Mauer bat second quite a bit so far down here, and I think that's the route that they may go. I think it's going to look Dozier, Mauer, Sano, and then maybe Plouffe, and we'll see what the rest of the lineup looks like after that. But putting Joe every day as the number 2 hitter, I think that's the right approach, and I think we'll see that more times than not.
Some people are saying they're a little surprised that after taking a year off, Carlos Quentin is doing so well. He's having a great spring who could make the club perhaps.
I think the team's going to leave with a 4-man bench. I don't see why they wouldn't. And, Eduardo Nunez is a lock. He's been great. John Ryan Murphy, the backup catcher, he's a lock. I think he'll be there, of course. That leaves you 2 other spots. Danny Santana and Oswaldo Arce are both out of options. Arce is coming around a little bit more. He was quiet the first few weeks down here, but the last 3 games or so, he's been better, and he needs it. He needs kind of a jolt to stay on this team. Danny Santana, I just get the feeling that the team doesn't want to lose him because of his speed, because of his versatility. Remember, Danny's back in camp as an outfielder. He's not a shortstop right now. So I think Santana still has a good chance to be on the team. And then that 4th spot, if it's not Arcia, Darren Mastriani's been great. Ryan Sweeney's opened some eyes. Carlos Quentin has opened some eyes. So yes, I think that's kind of intriguing where they go with that 4th spot if they do leave with a 4-man bench, which I think they will.
Part of what makes spring training so much fun for us. Corey Provus, our guest, as we broadcast here before March 20th game, talking about Twins baseball we all enjoy so much. Well, we talked about those sophomore slump players. We kind of covered that. Any new twists for the Twins radio broadcast this year? You guys got any new ingredients that you're adding in for our broadcast?
Oh, there's always something. It'd be hard to kind of pinpoint one. I think inform, educate, entertain. Jim, that's what we try to nail every day. We can't control the wins and losses, but we can control informing people of the news of the day, informing people about the game, try to educate them as well about the game, especially coming from Danny, his playing days, and also entertain. We have a lot of fun up there. We need to. It's a long season. It just can't be monotonous play-by-play over and over again. We have to do it with some sense of levity, and I think we do more times than not. So those are the 3 things we try to hammer home every night: inform, educate, entertain.
So does Gladden have you bringing a glove up yet to catch foul balls, or is it only him?
Did Herb carry a glove? I doubt it. Did Halsey carry a glove? I know he had a stogie. I doubt it. I don't think John Gordon carried a glove either. I don't try to catch foul balls. I did once, and look what happened. I don't try to catch foul balls, and it's become kind of a fun bit. True story, on a winter caravan 2 years ago, I think we were in Montevideo, and this nice lady, she had to be 85, 87, loves the Twins, and we're taking questions from the crowd, and she has a question, so I bring the microphone over. And she's like, I have a question for you. I said, oh, is it true that you don't catch foul balls, and how come? Why don't you make a play on foul balls? And I said, ma'am, I love your passion, but I'm never going to do it. So there's a reason why my athletic peak was about 7. And so now I just talk about the game instead of play.
Let's get an update on the Provus family. How's the family doing?
Provus family grew. We had our 2nd in October. We had a baby girl, Amelia. We call her Mia. So my son is 2.5, Cooper, and now my daughter Mia is 4 months, now 5 months, and she's fantastic.
All right. I've asked you more than once in the past to give us a prediction for the Twins, and you always shy away from that. That's okay. But what's your outlook to share with the Twins fans for the 2016 season?
I think in the past, and you can call me out on this too, and so can listeners, that I was kind of pitching maybe false optimism. I was just trying to be a team guy, but for the first time this year, I think there is genuine optimism about the team. Now, some things have to go their way. I still think the starting pitching doesn't match up with some of the other staffs in the division. Especially, I think the Indian staff is the best rotation in the division. But I like the lineup, as I mentioned earlier. I think the lineup could be better. I think the bullpen we see April 4 will be different come June. The next wave of talent is going to be pitching-oriented. Jose Barrios will be up at some point. I don't think necessarily he's an ace right away, but he's got the makeup to be not going to beat you at 98, 99, but he's just such an athletic kid with a great arm and a great arsenal that I think he could be a frontline guy. So I think he's going to provide a jolt to the staff, and whether it's Nick Birdie, Jake Reed, JT Shagwab out of the bullpen, you're going to see these guys, I think, at some point this season as well. An improved offense. They may strike out a lot. We have to kind of keep that in mind, but I think the ball might go out to the seats a few more than it has in the past. And if the rotation could be a little bit better, if Phil Hughes can find some of his 2014 form, if Irvin Santana can provide a good spark for a full season, Kyle Gibson taking another step forward, I think there's a chance that the Twins could again be a relevant team in September.
Well, we always enjoy the broadcasts from you and Danny and Chris. It's a lot of fun, very important to us and to our listeners because it's great Twins territory throughout, and we appreciate having you on the Inkstead, Minnesota Radio Network.
Always enjoy our spring chats. Jim, this has become a tradition for me, and I always enjoy our chat.
Our first one on back outside JetBlue. That first year we met outside.
You know, I didn't really know you, and I'm sorry, I didn't know you had get you in a press box, and so we just did it outside the retired numbers out there. This is a much better setting. It's great to do it always at home.
Corey Provus, much thanks, and thanks for the good work.
Anytime. And your camera person, she's pretty good too.
Yeah, Connie does a great job. That's it from Fort Myers.